Welcome, visionary thinkers, to Life Theory. Are you ready to unlock your hidden potential and achieve extraordinary success? Get ready to embark on a journey that will transform your perspective and empower you to seize control of your life. From creating urgency and setting deadlines to rewarding your accomplishments, we will guide you through each step of the way. Number 1. Create urgency and set deadlines with consequences. Creating urgency and setting deadlines with consequences isn't just a practice reserved for the corporate world or college coursework. It's a potent technique to cultivate self-motivation and to propel you towards your goals. Imagine yourself preparing for a marathon. Without a clear timeline, without the urgency of the race day looming over you, it's easy to slack off, isn't it? The thought of "I can always train tomorrow" becomes a comfortable excuse. But introduce the element of urgency, a set race date, and things change. Your training takes on a new level of importance. Every missed session might mean a few extra minutes on your race time. The consequence? Not meeting your target finish time. This principle of urgency, deadlines, and consequences is applicable to all aspects of life. Whether it's a professional goal or a personal ambition, giving yourself a deadline imbues your journey with a sense of urgency, making every moment count. And with consequences in place, your motivation to avoid negative outcomes provides that extra push you need to keep moving forward. Let's take the example of a writer working on a novel. Without a set deadline, the book could take years to complete. But if our writer sets a deadline, say, a chapter every 2 weeks, there's a newfound urgency. The consequence of missing this deadline might be a delay in the publication and a potential loss of a book deal. The stakes are real, and so is the motivation to meet those deadlines. The key point here is, don't just set goals, set deadlines. And don't just set deadlines, outline the consequences of not meeting them. This approach creates a sense of urgency that fuels your motivation, pushing you to act rather than procrastinate. Remember, time waits for no one, and with every tick of the clock, we're either moving closer to our goals or further away. Make every moment count. Make urgency, deadlines, and consequences your allies in the quest for self-motivation. Number 2. Keep your goal visible for constant motivation. Keeping your goal visible is a simple yet powerful method to ensure constant motivation. It's a tangible reminder of what you're striving for, a beacon that guides your actions and decisions, and an anchor that keeps you grounded in your purpose. Imagine being an architect designing a skyscraper. You have a blueprint, a visible representation of your goal. It's not just a set of lines and measurements. It's the embodiment of your vision. It's what you refer to each day as you make decisions and monitor progress. It's what motivates you to push through challenges and setbacks. Without this visible goal, your daily efforts might feel disjointed and directionless. This concept translates seamlessly into our personal and professional lives. Your goals could take the shape of a vision board in your office, a post-it note on your fridge, a custom wallpaper on your phone, or even a daily journal entry. The key is to have a constant, visible reminder of what you're working towards. Consider a young musician with dreams of performing at a prestigious concert hall. She might keep a poster of the concert hall on her bedroom wall. Every time she practices, she sees the poster, reminding her of her goal and pushing her to practice harder and longer. The key takeaway is this: make your goals visible. Let them be a part of your daily life. This constant reminder will keep you aligned with your purpose, fuel your determination, and inspire you to keep pushing forward. Number 3. Learn from your heroes and apply their strategies. In the pursuit of self-motivation, there's immense power in learning from the individuals we admire most. These are our heroes, the ones who've achieved great things and inspire us to strive for our own goals. They could be famous figures, leaders in our field, or even people in our own lives. Their stories, strategies, and wisdom can serve as a powerful source of motivation and guidance. Think of it like being an explorer venturing into new territory. These heroes have already charted the path, battled the elements, and returned with a map to success. By learning from them, we can apply their strategies and wisdom to our own journey, potentially avoiding pitfalls and accelerating our progress. For instance, let's consider an aspiring writer who greatly admires J.K. Rowling. By studying Rowling's journey, the writer learns about perseverance in the face of countless rejections, the importance of creativity, and the value of crafting relatable characters. The writer doesn't just admire Rowling's success, she applies these lessons to her own work, thereby enhancing her craft and strengthening her resolve. But here's the crucial part: learning from our heroes isn't about mimicking their every move. It's about understanding their mindset, their approach to problem solving, and the principles that guide their actions. We must then adapt these lessons to our own circumstances, blending their wisdom with our unique perspectives. So, seek out your heroes. Understand their journeys, their struggles, their victories. Learn their strategies, their wisdom, their principles. But then, make it your own. Number 4. Take the first steps and build momentum. The journey of self-motivation often feels like standing at the base of a steep mountain. The peak seems impossibly high and the climb dauntingly tough. But as intimidating as it may seem, the most crucial part of this journey isn't the strenuous ascent, but the first few steps. Yes, the initial action is often the hardest yet the most transformative in the journey of self-motivation. Let's take the example of a man named Sam who dreams of running a marathon. He has never been a runner, and the thought of running 26.2 miles feels overwhelming. But rather than focus on the distance, Sam decides to focus on the first steps. He commits to running for just 5 minutes a day. It's a small, achievable goal, and he starts. The first few days are hard, but as he persists, something amazing happens. The 5-minute runs become easier, then 10, then 20. Before he knows it, he's running miles at a time, all because he took those first steps. In physics, this concept is known as momentum. An object at rest stays at rest, while an object in motion stays in motion. The hardest part is getting started, but once you do, it becomes easier to keep going. This principle applies to self-motivation as well. The first step is the hardest, but it's also the most important. Once you take that first step, you've already overcome a significant hurdle. You've shown yourself that you can take action towards your goals. This realization alone is a powerful motivator. Number 5. Boost your energy levels for increased motivation. When it comes to self-motivation, energy levels play a crucial role. It's a simple equation: the more energy you have, the more motivated you feel. And yet, how often do we find ourselves running on empty, feeling lethargic and uninspired? If you've ever found yourself in this state, you're not alone. In our busy, fast-paced world, it's all too easy to neglect our energy levels. We push through exhaustion, rely on caffeine to keep us alert, and ignore the signs that our bodies are running low on fuel. But this approach can only get us so far. If we want to cultivate self-motivation, we need to prioritize our energy levels. Consider Michelle, a successful entrepreneur. Michelle runs her own business, and she's no stranger to long hours and heavy workloads. But she's learned the hard way that burning the candle at both ends leads to burnout, not success. So she made a conscious decision to prioritize her energy levels. She started by improving her diet, swapping out processed foods for whole, nutritious options. She committed to regular exercise, even if it was just a brisk walk around the block. She made sure to get enough sleep, recognizing that a well-rested mind is a motivated mind. And perhaps most importantly, she learned to take breaks, understanding that it's essential to recharge. The result? Michelle found that her energy levels increased dramatically. And with that energy came increased motivation. She was more productive, more inspired, and more eager to take on the challenges of running her business. Number 6. Acknowledge your lack of motivation and take action. In the realm of self-motivation, denial can be a crippling force. We've all been there, pushing through feelings of lethargy or disinterest, telling ourselves that we're just having an off day when in reality, our motivation has hit a low point. Ignoring this fact won't make it disappear. Instead, true progress begins with acknowledging your lack of motivation and taking proactive steps to rectify it. Take, for instance, the story of Daniel, a passionate writer who found himself in a creative slump. Daniel loved his craft, but for weeks, he found himself staring at a blank screen, unable to produce a single sentence. He initially dismissed these feelings, attributing his lack of productivity to writer's block or temporary fatigue. But as the days turned into weeks, Daniel had to face the truth: he was lacking motivation. So, he took a bold step. He acknowledged his feelings openly and decided to take action. Daniel began by identifying the sources of his demotivation. Was it the monotonous nature of his work, or was he feeling overwhelmed by larger projects? Perhaps he was struggling with a sense of isolation, a common issue for those in creative fields. Once he had identified the causes, Daniel was able to take steps to address them. He started by taking on a variety of writing projects to break the monotony. He began to break down larger tasks into manageable parts to avoid feeling overwhelmed. And he started attending writers' meetups, providing him with a sense of community and mutual understanding. This conscious and active approach allowed Daniel to reignite his motivation. He was not only writing again but also enjoying it more than ever. His work improved, and he found renewed joy in his craft. Daniel's story is a testament to the power of acknowledging a lack of motivation and taking decisive action. It's a reminder that self-motivation isn't a constant state but a dynamic process that requires awareness, acceptance, and proactive steps. Number 7. Visualize your path to success. The art of visualization is a potent tool in the world of self-motivation. It involves creating a mental image of the successful completion of your goals and can serve as a powerful driving force in your journey towards self-improvement. Visualization is not just about daydreaming or wishful thinking, it's about creating an intense, detailed image of your future success and using that as a guide and motivation for your actions. Let's take an example of a young athlete named Maya. She's a promising runner, but she's been finding it hard to break her personal record for the 800 meters. Maya knows she's capable of more, but she can't seem to push past her limits. One day, Maya stumbles upon the concept of visualization. Intrigued, she decides to give it a shot. Every morning and night, Maya takes a few minutes to close her eyes and picture herself running the race. She imagines every detail: the sound of her heartbeat, the feel of the track beneath her feet, the sight of the finish line drawing closer. She envisions herself crossing the finish line with a new personal best time, the joy and satisfaction of achievement flooding her senses. This practice of visualization begins to transform Maya's running. With this vivid image of success in her mind, she starts pushing harder in her training sessions. She approaches each race with newfound determination, her mind filled with the vision of her crossing the finish line victorious. Ultimately, Maya's visualization technique pays off. At the season's final meet, she shatters her personal record, just as she'd pictured so many times. The vision she had created in her mind had become her reality. Maya's story illustrates the power of visualization as a tool for self-motivation. By picturing your path to success, you can imbue your journey with a sense of purpose and determination that propels you towards your goals. Visualization allows you to see your future success, instilling a deep-seated belief that you can and will achieve your dreams. Number 8. Make progress every single day. Progress is the heartbeat of motivation. The sense of moving forward, of improving, achieving, and overcoming, fuels our desire to continue. But progress doesn't always mean grand gestures or monumental achievements. It's often found in the small steps taken consistently. This is the essence of making progress every single day. Consider the story of Leo, a writer who aspires to pen a best-selling novel. But with a day job and family responsibilities, Leo finds it challenging to make time for his writing. He often feels overwhelmed by the enormity of his goal, which sometimes leads to periods of inaction. One day, Leo decides to change his approach. He sets a modest but non-negotiable daily goal: write for at least 30 minutes. Whether it's early in the morning, during lunch break, or late at night, Leo makes sure he writes for that half hour each day. At first, it feels like he's barely making a dent in his big goal. But soon, Leo starts to notice something. His novel is taking shape. His writing is becoming more fluid, his ideas clearer. He is making progress. This daily commitment transforms Leo's journey. What once felt like an insurmountable challenge now seems manageable. Each day's writing, regardless of how small, fuels his motivation to continue. And before he knows it, Leo has a complete draft of his novel. His consistent daily progress has brought his dream to life. Number 9. Do it for your loved ones and yourself. As we navigate the winding roads of life, pursuing our dreams and ambitions, there are two sources of motivation that often stand out: our loved ones and ourselves. The desire to provide a better life for our loved ones, coupled with the aspiration to realize our potential, can be a powerful driving force. Think of Sophia, a single mother working tirelessly to give her daughter a good life. Her motivation is not just financial stability, but to be a role model for her child, showing that no obstacle is too great when met with determination and hard work. In the quiet hours of the night, while her daughter sleeps, Sophia studies for her degree. She's tired, yes, but the picture of her daughter's future keeps her going. Then, there's David, a middle-aged man who decides to pursue his passion for painting after years in a corporate job. He's motivated by the desire to live authentically, to express his creativity and not look back on life with regret. Every stroke of his brush on canvas is a step towards self-fulfillment, a testament to his courage to follow his dreams. In both these stories, you see the dynamic interplay of external and internal motivation. Sophia is driven by her love for her daughter, while David is spurred by his quest for self-fulfillment. It's important to remember that motivation can come from different places for different people, and it's often a mix of factors. Wanting to provide for your loved ones or make them proud, and wishing to accomplish personal goals or live according to your values, can all serve as strong motivators. Recognizing what matters most to you, and harnessing these sources of motivation, can propel you forward on your journey towards success. Number 10. Define your purpose and break it down. Purpose is the driving force behind motivation. It is the reason you wake up in the morning, the cause you dedicate your time and energy to, and the vision that keeps you going when times get tough. Defining your purpose and breaking it down into manageable steps is an essential technique for becoming a self-motivated person. Imagine you're an architect. Your purpose is to design buildings that are not only aesthetically pleasing but also environmentally friendly. This purpose is your North Star, guiding you in your career. But how do you make this lofty purpose a reality? You break it down. The first step could be gaining the necessary education and qualifications. Then, you might aim to work under a mentor who shares your vision. Later, you could set a goal to design a specific number of eco-friendly buildings each year. Each of these steps contributes to your overall purpose and provides a clear path to follow. Or consider Maya, a university student who wants to combat social inequality. This purpose is vast and complex, but Maya breaks it down. She volunteers in her community, studies social policy, and plans to work in a non-profit organization after graduation. Each step is a piece of the puzzle, contributing to her larger purpose. In both cases, the individuals didn't just have a purpose. They had a plan. They broke down their broad, overarching purpose into tangible, achievable steps, providing a clear road map for their journey. This approach makes the goal less intimidating and more manageable, fueling motivation. Number 11. Remove distractions and create a productive environment. Distractions are the enemies of motivation. They pull you away from your goals, break your concentration, and waste your time. To become a self-motivated person, you must identify your distractions and eliminate them, creating a productive environment that promotes focus and progress. Imagine you're a writer trying to finish a novel. Your workspace is cluttered with unnecessary items, your phone keeps buzzing with social media notifications, and the TV in the next room is blaring loudly. Each of these distractions pulls you away from your work, interrupting your flow and hindering your progress. But what if you made some changes? You clear your workspace, leaving only the essentials. You turn off your phone or switch it to silent mode. You shut the door to block out the noise from the TV. Suddenly, your environment is more conducive to work. You can focus on your writing without interruptions, boosting your productivity and motivation. Or consider Sarah, a fitness enthusiast who wants to exercise regularly at home. But she's constantly distracted by household chores, her favorite TV shows, and her comfortable bed. These distractions make it difficult for her to stick to her workout routine. So, Sarah decides to create a dedicated workout space in her home, free from distractions. This change transforms her exercise routine, helping her stay focused and motivated. Whether you're working, studying, exercising, or pursuing a hobby, your environment matters. A cluttered, noisy, distracting environment can sap your motivation, while a clean, quiet, organized space can boost your productivity and drive. Number 12. Push yourself to work even when it's tough. In the pursuit of success, there will be days when motivation runs dry, when tasks seem insurmountable, and when progress feels like moving through molasses. It's in these moments that the true power of self-motivation is tested and honed. To become a self-motivated person, you must cultivate the ability to push yourself to work, even when it's tough. Consider this: you're training for a marathon. Some days, the weather is perfect, your body feels invincible, and your stride is light. On other days, the weather is dismal, your legs feel like lead, and every step is a struggle. But if you only train on the good days, you'll never be prepared for the challenges of the marathon itself. It's pushing through the tough days that builds resilience, strength, and endurance. Let's take an example from the business world. Meet Jade, a budding entrepreneur. She's passionate about her startup idea, but the journey is far from smooth. There are days filled with rejections, setbacks, and disappointments. It's tempting for Jade to take a break, to put off tasks until she's feeling better. But she knows that progress requires persistence. So, she pushes herself to work, even on the hard days. Over time, this determination becomes a powerful driving force, propelling her towards success. The same principle applies to any goal. Whether you're learning a new language, writing a book, or building a business, there will be tough times. But remember, it's not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. When you're feeling unmotivated, don't wait for the feeling to pass. Push yourself to take action, even if it's just one small step. This ability to work through the tough times is a hallmark of a self-motivated person and a key ingredient for success. Number 13. Use doubters as motivation to prove them wrong. The path to success is often littered with doubters. Those who question your ability, dismiss your dreams, and undermine your confidence. But instead of letting these doubters drain your motivation, why not use them as fuel to propel you forward? Harness the power of proving them wrong to become a more self-motivated person. Imagine, for a moment, that you're an inventor. You've spent countless hours brainstorming, designing, and prototyping a revolutionary product. But when you share your idea with others, you're met with skepticism. It will never work, they say, or someone else has probably already done it. It's easy to let these doubts seep into your own belief in your invention. But instead, you choose to use these doubts as motivation. Every skeptical comment, every dismissive look, every doubting Thomas serves as a spark to ignite your determination to succeed. Take Elon Musk's example again. When he announced his plans for SpaceX, he was met with a chorus of doubters. You can't compete with NASA, they said. But Musk didn't let the doubters deter him. Instead, he used their doubts as motivation to prove them wrong. Today, SpaceX is a leader in private space travel, with numerous successful missions under its belt. So, the next time you encounter a doubter, don't let their negativity dampen your spirit or derail your plans. Instead, see their doubt as a challenge, a call to action. Use their disbelief as a source of motivation to work harder, to strive further, to prove them unequivocally wrong. The only person who needs to believe in your potential for success is you. Let the doubters doubt. While they are busy doubting, you'll be busy doing. Number 14. Plan ahead and start your day early. The early bird catches the worm, they say, and this old adage holds a wealth of wisdom. If you're looking to become a self-motivated individual, one technique you can adopt is to plan ahead and start your day early. It might seem challenging initially, especially if you're a self-confessed night owl, but the rewards are worth the effort. Consider the quiet hours of the early morning as a gift to yourself, a time when the world is still and distractions are minimal. This is your sacred time to plan, to focus, and to set the tone for the rest of the day. It's an opportunity to gather your thoughts, set your priorities, and mentally prepare for the day's challenges. Take the example of Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. He reportedly wakes up at 3:45 a.m. every day to start his work, planning and organizing his day before the rest of the world wakes up. This habit allows him to stay ahead of the curve and manage one of the world's most successful companies. When you wake up early, you're in control. You dictate how your day begins, rather than rushing to catch up with it. This sense of control can be incredibly motivating. It gives you the satisfaction of knowing that you're making the most of your time, which in turn fosters a sense of accomplishment. Planning is equally important. By planning your day the night before or first thing in the morning, you can identify your top priorities and ensure that they get your attention. This reduces the risk of getting caught up in less important tasks and helps you to stay focused on your goals. So, take command of your mornings. Embrace the silence, the solitude, and the opportunity to start your day on your terms. Plan ahead, start early, and watch as your motivation and productivity soar. Number 15. Reward yourself for achieving milestones. Everyone needs a bit of positive reinforcement from time to time, especially when tackling challenging tasks or pursuing long-term goals. This is where the technique of rewarding yourself for achieving milestones comes into play. In essence, rewarding yourself is a form of self-recognition that serves to both motivate and validate your efforts. It's a way of saying well done to yourself, a pat on the back that reinforces the positive behaviors and actions that led to the achievement of a milestone. Let's illustrate this with an example. Imagine you're a writer working on a novel. The thought of writing 80,000 words might seem daunting, but breaking it down into smaller milestones, such as chapters, makes the process more manageable. Once you complete a chapter, reward yourself with something enjoyable, like a short walk, a favorite treat, or an episode of a beloved TV show. This not only makes the task more appealing but also provides a much-needed break and a chance to recharge. By rewarding yourself, you create a positive association with the task at hand. It becomes less of a chore and more of a journey with enjoyable stops along the way. Moreover, these rewards act as motivators, providing an additional reason to strive towards your goals. The key is to choose rewards that are meaningful and enjoyable to you. They don't have to be extravagant or expensive. The goal is to make the journey towards your goal enjoyable, not to detract from your efforts or create additional burdens. And there you have it, the 15 techniques to transform you into a self-motivated powerhouse. We've journeyed from creating urgency to rewarding your achievements, delving deep into the strategies that fuel personal success. We hope that you found these insights valuable and that they empower you to seize control of your life and pursue your dreams with relentless determination and unwavering self-belief. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Here at Life Theory, we believe in your potential to rise above and achieve extraordinary success. Keep rising, keep striving, and remember, your journey to self-motivation has only just begun.